In a quiet village nestled in the hills of the East, a young disciple once approached his wise Zen master with a question many of us have pondered. How can one live a truly happy life? The master, with a gentle smile, responded not with an answer, but with a journey. The disciple said, "Master, I think happiness comes when our basic needs are met, like having enough food, a place to stay, a good job, and safety. When all of these are present, surely one can be happy." The master looked at him and said nothing. Instead, he simply gestured, "Come, walk with me." The two set out down a dusty path, surrounded by the soft rustle of wind through the trees and the distant chirping of birds. After some time, they arrived at a wooden shed. The master pointed to a large door and said, "Open it." The disciple obeyed, and inside he found a chicken coop filled with hens, all confined in large cages. The birds had food, water, shelter, everything, it seemed, they needed. The master asked calmly, "Do you see these chickens?" "Yes, master," the disciple replied. "Do they get food?" "Yes." "Do they have a place to live?" "Yes, in a way." The disciple hesitated. "Are they safe from predators?" "Yes." "Do they lay eggs?" "Yes." The master looked at the chickens in silence, then asked, "Do you think they are happy?" The disciple stared at the birds. They were fed and safe. But were they truly content? He couldn't answer. Without another word, the master turned and began walking again. The disciple followed. They walked until they reached a wide, open field. There, chickens roamed freely, pecking at the ground, chasing insects, fluttering their wings. No cages, no fences, just nature and the freedom to explore. "Look at these chickens," the master said. "Do they seem happy?" The disciple paused. These birds were thinner, yes, they had to search for their own food. But they were vibrant, active, alive in a way the caged chickens were not. "Yes," he said softly, "they do seem happier." The master nodded and said, "The chickens in the coop had everything you described as necessary for happiness. Food, shelter, safety. But still," he continued, "they lacked one essential thing. Freedom. Freedom to move, to choose, to live." In contrast, the chickens in the field face risks. They must work harder, stay alert, and fend for themselves. Yet they live fully, expressing their nature, embracing their existence. He paused, letting the moment settle in the disciple's heart. Then the master looked into his student's eyes and said, "You see, my child, in life we are all given a choice. We can live like the caged chickens, safe, secure, but confined. Or we can live like the free-range chickens, uncertain, challenged, but truly alive. To be happy is not merely to survive. True happiness comes when you have the courage to live freely, to take risks, to face the unknown with open arms. This story isn't just about chickens. It is about us. Many of us build lives around comfort and predictability. We stay in jobs we don't love, relationships that feel safe, routines that numb rather than inspire. We may have all the necessities, a home, food, stability, but still, something feels missing. That something is the freedom to choose our path, the bravery to step out of our comfort zone, the will to follow our purpose, no matter how uncertain it may be. So ask yourself, are you living like the chickens in the cage? Or are you daring to live like those in the field? Real happiness doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within, from freedom, from courage, from truly living.